Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. If you're a fan of thrilling adventures and iconic characters, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into an electrifying story featuring none other than the cunning Harley Quinn and the enchanting Poison Ivy, along with the ever-mischievous Joker. Get ready for a wild ride through Gotham City's darkest corners and brightest moments. Let's get started. Harley Quinn 1. Under the cloak of a moonless night, the foreboding walls of Arkham Asylum loomed ominously, a bastion of madness housing Gotham's most notorious villains. Inside this dread-filled fortress, a scene of deceptive tranquility played out in the isolated cell of Poison Ivy. Guards, their faces set in grim determination, unlocked the heavy metal door, stepping cautiously into the dimly lit chamber. They carried with them a peculiar package, plastic flowers and pots, an absurd yet fitting gift for the botanical villainess. Believing Poison Ivy to be weakened from the lack of sunlight penetrating her somber abode, the guards let down their guard. A critical mistake. Without warning, the figure they thought to be a subdued Poison Ivy sprang into violent action. Using the very pots the guards had brought as weapons, she struck with ferocity, swiftly incapacitating them. Amid the chaos, she revealed her true identity by discarding the Poison Ivy disguise, standing revealed as none other than Harley Quinn. The once respected Dr. Harley Quinzel, now Joker's infamous paramour and a formidable criminal in her own right, had orchestrated a masterful switch. With meticulous planning and the right leverage obtained through blackmailing Arkham's board, Harley had replaced Poison Ivy to execute her daring escape. As the alarm blared throughout the cold stone corridors of Arkham, signaling her presence, a highly trained strike team hurried to her cell. But they were too late. Harley executed a spectacular leap that carried her clear over their heads, landing gracefully in a crouch. Confusion reigned as the team opened fire, only to be met with non-lethal plastic bullets from Harley's customized gun. Each shot expertly found its mark, sending the team sprawling. With a mischievous cackle, Harley taunted the fallen guards, her voice echoing through the halls. "You boys really can't take a joke, can ya? Time to find someone who can." She then darted down the labyrinthine passageways of Arkham, towards her ultimate goal, the cell of the Joker. Arriving at his cell, she detonated a small explosive, the door blasting inward in a shower of debris. As the dust settled, she found the Joker awaiting her with his trademark malevolent grin. "Miss me, Harley?" he quipped, as if he'd been expecting her all along. Together again, the criminal couple embraced, their reunion sealing the night with an air of impending chaos. In the depths of a shadowy Joker's hideout, the air was thick with tension among the Joker's ragtag band of mercenaries. They bickered incessantly, their voices a discordant symphony, until a sudden interruption came in the form of Harley Quinn. Cradling an injured Joker, she burst through the doors, bringing a mix of relief and joy to the waiting henchmen. They rushed to embrace their notorious leader, bombarding Harley with questions about the day's calamity. Harley, with a flick of her disheveled pigtails, explained, "I might have used a tad too many explosives to spring Mr. J from Arkham," hence the boo-boo, gesturing to the Joker's wounds. Without missing a beat, Joker's team hurriedly carried him to the rear of the hideout, a seemingly empty area that left them perplexed. Meanwhile, Harley, ever the agent of chaos, began to wreak havoc around the room, her playful destruction leading her to scratch a wall with the barrel of her gun. To the astonishment of all, a hidden compartment slid open, revealing the Joker's personal sanctuary, equipped with all his twisted tastes. The Joker, revitalized by the sight of his secret nook, chuckled darkly. "Ah, perfect. Just how I like it." His delight was so infectious that Harley, unable to contain her glee, leapt into his arms. However, Joker's mood swiftly darkened at the overt display of affection, and he extricated himself with a grimace, slumping onto a nearby bed. "Fetch me some water, will you, doll?" he grumbled, prompting Harley to dash off, her footsteps echoing with a mixture of urgency and affection. With Harley out of the room, Joker's irritation spilled over. "Sometimes useful, but oh, so annoying," he muttered under his breath. This offhand comment caught the ear of a brash new recruit who, misunderstanding the gravity of his words, remarked, "Boss, leave her to me. I'd like to play with this sweetheart." The room tensed immediately, the other mercenaries exchanging wary glances, knowing well the peril of such words. Before anyone could intervene, Joker stormed over to the man, his voice icy as he snapped, "Harley is mine! Only for me!" The man, panicked, drew his gun, but Joker was quicker, effortlessly wresting it away. Forcing a cigarette between the man's trembling lips, Joker sneered, "Relax, it's just a joke," before pressing the gun against the man's forehead. Despite the man's pleas, a gunshot echoed sharply through the hideout. At the sound, Harley rushed back in, her expression shifting from concern to horror as she discovered the scene. A mercenary lifeless on the ground, and Joker nonchalantly lying back on his bed. Harley's gaze darkened, her hands clenched in fury as she stared at Joker, who coughed and quipped, "Looks like he loved nicotine a bit too much. Went mad and offed himself." Skeptically eyeing him, Harley received nothing but a sarcastic remark in return. "I really hate men who smoke, darling. Let's hope this doesn't happen again." Several days had passed since the chaotic night at the hideout. The sun was high over Gotham City, casting sharp shadows down the bustling streets. Amidst this, Bruce Wayne found himself stepping through the gates of Gotham's newest attraction, Jack Happy's amusement park. The park was a sprawling fantasy land on the brink of its grand opening. Jack Happy, an entrepreneur with a flair for the dramatic, greeted Bruce warmly alongside his wife. They were eager to showcase their latest venture to one of Gotham's most influential citizens. As they walked through the vibrant pathways lined with colorful booths and flashing games, Jack Happy unveiled his ambitious plans for the park. The centerpiece was to be a live show dramatizing Gotham City's notorious criminal escapades against its celebrated heroes, Batman and Robin. Jack led Bruce to a preview of the show where actors dressed as the Joker and Catwoman wreaked havoc, only to be thwarted by the caped Crusaders. Bruce, recognizing the potential danger in glorifying such figures, felt a twinge of confusion and concern. He cautioned Jack about the possible repercussions of such a spectacle. But Jack dismissed the concerns with a wave, his mind clouded by visions of success. Meanwhile, the real Joker was seething with fury. The morning's newspaper had carried a bold headline about the amusement park and its controversial show featuring his likeness. Surrounded by his loyal but anxious mercenaries in the dim light of his hideout, Joker's wrath echoed off the walls. Harley Quinn, ever attentive, wrapped her arms around him, trying to soothe his volatile temper. However, Joker's anger only escalated. He ranted about his tarnished reputation and his inability to control his image, lamenting, "If I was in shape, I wouldn't let them use my name like this. I'd kill them all." Harley, her eyes sparkling with a mix of determination and devotion, responded swiftly, "My love, I'll handle this for you." To her surprise, Joker paused, his manic energy momentarily subdued. He then nodded, giving his tacit approval. Before Harley left, Joker whispered a secret command to his mercenaries. "Listen, boys, you are my eyes out there. Let me know everything that happens and help Harley make this a spectacle. This is her final test to truly become a killer." With a mix of excitement and purpose, Harley kissed Joker from afar, her gaze lingering on him with love and promise, as she departed with the mercenaries in tow. As Harley and her crew approached the amusement park, the air was thick with the scent of popcorn and the sounds of laughter and music. In the bustling heart of Gotham, as twilight melded into the evening shadows, Harley Quinn, adeptly cloaked in her disguise as Dr. Harleen Quinzel, infiltrated Happy Jack's amusement park. Accompanied by a cohort of the Joker's hardened mercenaries, they surreptitiously boarded and relished an exhilarating ride on the yet-to-open roller coaster, reveling in the thrill and the forbidden delight of their clandestine activity. Their amusement was cut short by an unsuspecting security guard who, bewildered, informed them that the park was not yet open to the public. Quick on her feet, Harley introduced herself as a member of the board of directors for the improvement of American roller coasters. With a concocted authority, she declared her visit was an inspection to ensure the roller coaster's safety and readiness for the grand opening scheduled for Sunday night. Struck by Harley's charm and subtly intimidated by the presence of her menacing companions, the security guard hastened to evacuate the area, leaving Harley and her team alone with the towering structure of the roller coaster. Once the area was secured, Harley's demeanor shifted as she unveiled her true intentions to the mercenaries. Now, we transform this roller coaster into a machina murder, all to bring joy to my beloved Joker, she proclaimed with a wicked gleam in her eye. The mercenaries later regrouped with Joker, excitedly briefing him on Harley's audacious plan, which brought a twisted smile to Joker's face. As days progressed, they continued to relay updates, fueling Joker's delight with each new development. However, as Friday approached and Joker's curiosity piqued, he demanded detailed specifics of Harley's scheming. The mercenaries hesitated, revealing they were kept in the dark about the finer details, as Harley intended to surprise Joker. This revelation sparked a surge of fury in him, his manic excitement souring into irritation. "This isn't fun anymore," he growled, frustration coloring his tone. Retreating to his workshop, Joker unveiled a sinister device, a bomb disguised as a mysterious box. "I haven't been idle all this while," he declared ominously. His instructions were cold and clear. "Take this box to the amusement park, but ensure Harley remains unaware of it. Follow her orders until the roller coaster is complete, then fetch me. It's my show, not Harley's, and I will start the real party. Then poor Harley and I will conclude our partnership, and she will face the consequences." As the cold night cloaked Gotham City in shadows, the roller coaster at Happy Jack's amusement park stood eerily silent, transformed into a lethal trap by Harley Quinn and her team. The work was complete. The stage set for a macabre spectacle during the park's grand opening. Amid the quiet satisfaction of a plan well executed, Harley found herself buzzing with a dark excitement. While the rest of the Joker's mercenaries prepared to depart, one named Lewis lingered behind. He and Harley struck up a conversation under the flickering lights of the amusement park. Lewis shared his harrowing past, from his days in the army to a grievous injury from a chemical gas attack, and how his desperation for money to support his daughter led him to the Joker's employ. His story, marked by sacrifice and survival, prompted him to ask Harley, "Why stick with the Joker? It's not for money with you, so what's the pull?" Harley's response was tinged with a rare vulnerability. "The Joker reminds me of my first love. You know, the kind you never really get over," she mused. Lewis, half joking, prodded further. "So, this isn't your first rodeo? You could fall for someone else." This remark, however light-hearted, seemed to unsettle Harley. Pushing Lewis away playfully yet firmly, she insisted, "Go back to the hideout. I need some space." After Lewis's departure, the silence allowed Harley's facade to crack momentarily as she shed a few tears, moved by her own confessions and Lewis's plight. Her solitude was abruptly shattered by a familiar voice. "Hello, Harley," it said, startling her. She spun around to find her old accomplice, Poison Ivy, standing there with a mix of concern and anger etched across her face. "You took my place to free that madman?" Poison Ivy accused, her voice sharp with betrayal. Harley, masking her emotions with a laugh, replied, "Just a little trick, Ivy." When asked how she was found, Ivy revealed she had been observing Harley's machinations at the park for days. "Are you here to play the Joker's twisted games again?" Ivy probed, frustration evident in her tone. Harley confirmed as much, prompting Ivy to deliver a stern warning. "The Joker is using you, Harley. You don't need him, and he'll discard you once he's done." But Harley, with a dismissive chuckle, retorted, "Sometimes people do crazy things for love." With a swift acrobatic flourish, Harley prepared to leave, her voice carrying a mix of defiance and melancholy. "I'll see you later, Ivy." Poison Ivy's reply was a grim forewarning. "If there is a later, that stupid Joker will be the death of you." As the night deepened over Gotham, the tense atmosphere at Happy Jack's amusement park thickened with impending doom. Joker, ever the mastermind of chaos, arrived with his band of merciless mercenaries. With a maniacal grin, he released his notorious laughing gas, incapacitating the park guards in an instant. The air filled with eerie echoes of muffled laughs as the mercenaries corralled a bewildered Jack Happy and his wife, dragging them towards the centerpiece of tonight's horrors, the roller coaster. At the foot of the monstrous structure, Joker confronted Jack Happy with a twisted proclamation. "Tonight, you'll pay for the misuse of my name, Mr. Happy. Consider this your personal invitation to ride my improved roller coaster." His laughter was cruel and cold as Jack and his wife were strapped into the deathly ride. Just then, Harley Quinn made a dramatic entrance, questioning Joker's presence and takeover of her meticulously planned scheme. "Why are you meddling in my plans, Joker?" she demanded, her voice laced with both surprise and annoyance. Joker, unfazed and ever theatrical, responded with mock affection. "Harley, I thought you'd left, but since you're here, I've brought you flowers." As he reached into his pocket, the air grew tense. In a horrifying twist, Joker drew a gun from the bouquet and shot Harley, who collapsed to the ground, a mix of betrayal and pain etched on her face. Joker's smile widened grotesquely as he savored the chaos he had orchestrated. He then signaled his mercenaries to initiate the deadly show. As the roller coaster lurched into motion, carrying the terrified Happies, Joker prepared for the grand finale of his twisted celebration. He ordered the activation of his party box, expecting a grand display of explosions and fireworks to illuminate the sky with his visage. However, the anticipated spectacle erupted not above the park but in a distant part of the city. Furious at the mishap, Joker berated his assistant. "You fools! I wanted Batman to witness my masterpiece here, not across the city." His rage was palpable, his plan foiled. In an unexpected turn, another Harley Quinn emerged with her signature acrobatic flair, revealing she had moved the box to prevent Batman from crashing their sinister party. Approaching the wounded figure on the ground, this Harley unmasked the victim, revealing her to be none other than Poison Ivy, disguised in a bid to protect Harley from Joker's clutches. Poison Ivy, her voice raspy from the attack, confessed to Harley, "I had to step in. You're not the only one who can shapeshift, and I couldn't let that psycho hurt you." Her eyes conveyed a mix of pain and protective fervor. The air was thick with tension and the screech of metal as Jack Happy and his wife careened through the labyrinth of deadly traps that made up the roller coaster's new improvements. Above the din, Joker's fury at Harley's defiance reached a boiling point. In a vindictive rage, he ordered his mercenaries to eliminate Harley. But with her usual agility and combat prowess, Harley deftly countered their attacks, disarming them with swift, fluid movements. The skirmish escalated quickly when Joker himself stepped in, pressing a gun against Harley's forehead in a desperate attempt to regain control. But Harley's reflexes were sharp. She snatched the weapon away and slammed Joker against a wall. Vulnerable and desperate, Joker resorted to pleading, attempting to charm Harley with hollow apologies. "I'm sorry, baby. I made a mistake," he cooed, hoping to manipulate her emotions. Tempted by a moment of hope, Harley hesitated, murmuring, "Really, baby?" Yet as soon as she loosened her grip, Joker seized the moment to reclaim his gun, striking Harley down. "Yes, I'm sorry I didn't kill you before," he sneered, revealing his true intentions as he began to brutally assault her. Despite the physical onslaught, Harley's laughter cut through the chaos, a dark, knowing chuckle. "It's all a joke for us, isn't it?" she retorted, revealing her counter-move. "While your men worked on the roller coaster, I made my own adjustments." On cue, as Jack Happy and his wife approached what should have been their final moment, a gruesome decapitation by statues of Joker and Harley, the figures instead turned on each other, destroying one another and allowing the couple to escape unharmed. From his vantage point, Joker watched in disbelief, then burst into hysterical laughter, mistakenly thinking Harley had simply played a prank. "You mean this, Harley? You're so funny," he chuckled, extending his hand to help her up in a twisted sign of reconciliation. However, Harley was steps ahead, grabbing his hand and exposing the hidden electric trap within. "You can't fool me, Joker," she declared defiantly. Joker's facade crumbled, his apologies spilling out in desperation, but Harley cut him off sharply. True love never needs to say sorry. With those final words, she hurled him towards a stack of explosives. The resulting explosion illuminated the pre-dawn sky as Harley made her escape. By dawn, the police arrived to rescue Jack Happy and his wife, who were shaken but unscathed. Meanwhile, on a rooftop overlooking the city, Harley and Poison Ivy watched the sunrise together. Harley turned to Ivy, gratitude and newfound resolve shining in her eyes. "Thanks for trying to save me. Looks like it's time for new adventures," she mused, her voice tinged with excitement and relief. The story closes on this moment of camaraderie and anticipation, promising more thrilling exploits and transformative journeys for Harley and Ivy in the future, a testament to their enduring bond and resilience against the chaos that had once threatened to consume them. Thank you for joining us on this exhilarating journey with Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and the Joker. If you enjoyed exploring their wild escapades, please show your appreciation by hitting the like button and subscribing. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future adventures. We'd love to hear which parts of the story captivated you the most. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and remember to keep the adventure alive until our next story unfolds.